did work at the pub for a couple of years, although my parents knew it as a pizza place.
I lived in New North, so I didn't have to go outside to get to the pub.
I remember waiting in line watching the slideshow, Hoya Saxa.
The pub, it didn't smell good. I'm not going to lie to you.
Pub scum, that's all I can remember.
In my professional opinion, the composition of pub scum is probably 60% beer.
A little dirt.
There was the pizza cheese.
Probably a little piss.
I know for a fact there was occasional vomit mixed in.
The rest, just a little bit of pub magic.
All I know is it would never come out of anything it ever got on.
Oh yeah, there was at least one pair each year that you would label your pub shoes.
A number of drink specials, not that we needed encouragement.
Beat the Clock at the Center Pub was a value-driven promotion.
What I remember most about Beat the Clock was the first 15 minutes.
I think I originally drank a lot of the wine coolers that they would have at
Bartles and James.
Hello. There are many ways to use the Bartles & James Premium Wine Cooler.
Bartles & James, every once in a while, you had to grab it out of the cooler. You'd feel like you'd want to present it in a special way. Because any woman who ordered that Bartles & James, or guy for that matter, you'd want to show them the label, and then you'd pour it so that there was not a head. Because you wouldn't want a head on a Bartles & James, whereas you might want about a half an inch of head on, say, a Milwaukee's Best.
And thank you for your support.
Memories of the pub, long lines to go to the bathroom, great music.
I remember one time coming out and they were doing breathalyzers and several people technically had no pulse.
I remember getting 6 of them at one time, losing one, and it didn't matter because they were 65 cents.
65 was a regular Bush. A regular Bud was 85. And the thing was, it was important never to have it divisible by 25 because then tips would just drop off.
Am I allowed to say that I didn't pay for beer at the pub?
Those were the good days, that's all I'm going to say.
Unrealized was a very complicated algorithm.
Who gets fired from the pub? Apparently I do.
Debbie Gibson, at the height of her fame, came to interview at Georgetown and walked into the pub, and somebody in the DJ booth played Shake Your Love over and over and over again to the point where she burst into tears and ran out the door. That's the pub to me.
As most people know, I forgot a lot more about the pub than I remembered, but what I do remember was awesome.
So the pub was one of my favorite places to go. I didn't drink, so I got a pretty unique vantage point in the last 30 minutes of every Friday and Saturday night.
Anything in particular?
I think it was pretty much everything in particular.
I'm Wendy Learmont.
Michael Harris.
Teresa Miller.
Jim O'Connor.
Diana Williams.
Flapper.
Bridge.
Kathleen Coughlin.
Mark Lockman.
Mark Flamino.
Liz Totaro.
Bobby Largay.
Dan Winters.
Elizabeth Persichetti.
Paul Catherwood.
Tom Zacher.
Dee Dee Ryan.
David Hooper.
Michael Contos.
Bill Daly.
Rick Sherman, class of '89.
I'll see you at reunion.
See you at reunion.
See you at reunion.
I mean, okay, maybe 10 beers is a lot for some people, but not the kind of people who went to the pub.